Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Last Call. I'm your host, Shegs. Hey, we're back with another episode. Match day 13 just finished earlier today. Hey, there was some tasty games for this weekend. We had Chelsea Arsenal, which just finished a little while ago. We had Liverpool finally getting back on the bounce against West Ham. City yesterday, hey, they had a tight game with Leeds, but they managed to scrape it out. United also today managed to turn over a 1-0 score to Palace, turned it over and came back. But as always, before we get right into it, please follow us, like, share, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts or listen to us. Please follow, like, and share. Today with myself, I've got Trist. Hey, he was a little bit disappointed this weekend. Hey, it was a draw, but he seems a little bit disappointed still. But he's here he's going to try to talk a little bit about his Arsenal woes, even though they're still top of the league. You got Shrey, who's straight off the game, came straight from the bridge to join us today. He managed to see his team get that good draw after going to 10 men down. We also got us with us for the first time, Aaron, who also went to the Man U game, so saw his team come back and do the business. Maybe this is Man U's, this is their third win on the bounce. Maybe it's their way to start going on to bigger and better things this season. But let's get straight into it with a game that everyone just watched last. Chelsea Arsenal finished 1-1. We had an early sending off of Moises Caicedo, which changed things a little bit of the game because Chelsea started off well. And then come second half, you're thinking, hey, Arsenal's going to come into this. They're going to come take over, put a bit of pressure. But no, Chelsea was able to score in literally the first minute of the second half. Get a 1-0 lead. They hold off for a little bit. Arsenal managed to equalise with Moreno a header. But then after that, the game kind of petered out a little bit. I wouldn't say there was a few half chances from both teams, but the game ended at 1-1. We're going to come straight to you, Shrey. Being in the stadium, going down to 10 men, what was it like as the fans in the stadium? And then what was it like seeing your team, how they showed character and was able to maybe get out?
Yeah, to be honest, it was good. It was good reaction. Obviously, I think the red card was like 30th minute, so it was into the first half, late into the first half. But I feel like we could have got more from today, but we can't be greedy. With 10 men down, I think we played well. I think we matched them in all areas of the pitch today. I don't think they did anything too special. I don't think we did anything too special. But to be honest, I think fair result. But I think the spotlight should be on them, to be honest, because, everyone's saying they should be title challengers. They should be winning the league in this position. Personally, if you're going to be playing against a team with 10 men, I've seen championship. I think we can all say it. We've seen title winning sides, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, City. In these type of games, they capitalize, they pounce. When they see 10 men, bro, we're popping them. You know what I mean? And I didn't see that from Arsenal today. So I feel like, it showed me a lot about them. And to be honest, I kind of knew it too, but hopefully it showed other people too. But yeah, that's my analysis.
Right. Before we move on, we've also got Joshua here with us as well. You see how all these Man U fans are all coming out nice. They got a nice little wind bounce now. They all back. They all back again. Hey, before maybe you get a one, now they all showing face again. But hey, we'll get onto that a little bit later. But moving on from that, Trist, I'm gonna come straight to you. I know you don't seem too happy with the way the team was or the way after they went down to 10 men, but do you think this was a points lost or points like you'll just take and we keep it moving?
Do you know what? A little part of me feels like it's points lost, but then obviously you have to just keep it moving. At the end of the day, it's 1 point at the bridge. See Chelsea on a rich vein of form at the moment. Obviously, you have to just take what you're given and obviously move on. But games are going to come thick and fast these upcoming weeks. Yeah, man. Just the more points we tally up, the better. Obviously just maintaining consistency and hopefully able to keep it moving. But today was tough, man. Obviously we see what was missing in terms of our centre halves. I feel like that affected our build-up play a lot. And obviously, yeah, man, it's difficult. See, everyone has injuries. We can't make excuses. You can see the squad that we have. We have to utilise the players that we've got and just keep it stepping, man. But I don't know, man. Today it felt very lackluster. It was just obviously it was a bad day at the office. I can't exactly put my finger on what went wrong. It just felt like we lacked clinical edge today. It was very frustrating to watch. It was like every opportunity we had to put a finish, like put a goal away, we just lacked that that clinicalness. You know, it was just difficult to watch. But yeah, man, you have to give Chelsea their flowers. They did well. Maresca put out a good game plan. Obviously, it counted our strengths pretty well. And yeah, man, these not scoring on a set piece. What's going on? What's the rhetoric today? Like, is it good?
Yeah.
The set piece is good today.
Now
Yeah.
you know how it feels, isn't it?
No word, but is it good today? It's what's going on?
Now you know how it
No,
feels,
man.
isn't it? Tasting
I
your own
don't-
medicine, bro.
Goals are goal, innit? But you man have the issue with set pieces. So I'm asking, is it good today? Are we okay? Is set pieces all right?
Yeah.
Wait, but anyway,
Not 80% of our goals, you know what I mean?
Bro, you are second top scorers from set pieces. Lie, bro. I'm not hearing.
I was literally gonna say that.
No, this is the truthiness that we have to hear. You know what I mean? When it's us, it's not good.
I
But
don't
when
mind
it's
it,
other
though, I'll take
people,
it.
it's all right. You know what I mean? Nah, man. You lot love to hate us, and
But
do you know what, man?
circumstances, though.
We have to just let
though.
it.
Hey, if you're 10 men, you take any goal. It don't matter. It could be an on goal. It could be a off the bum goal. It could be any type of goal. Hey, you're 10 men. You take it. You ain't gonna be worried how it happened.
It is what it is. Yeah. What's it called? Obviously, to be fair, if you look at that goal, I feel like you could see what we're missing with Gabriel and Saliba. You know what I mean? Like that was an obvious point for me. Do you know what I'm
They've
saying?
already started it.
I don't think that's a valid
No,
excuse.
it's the
This is what
truth
you
though.
man
It's the
built the
truth.
squad
It's
for.
the truth. It's the truth though. It's the
You built
truth.
the
Do you want me
squad.
to lie? Do you want me to lie?
Yeah, but you
Am I not
you
allowed
weren't
to speak about
clinical
that?
as in
No,
the
I've said-
problem about you, what
I
you
said
just said
we wasn't
was
clinical
you
today.
weren't clinical. There we go. That's the problem. It was 1-1.
Nah, because
We
you can't
didn't
even say
outscore you.
you can't even say the defense thing because one they went out to 10 men and I don't even think they
This
challenged
is
your defense that much.
our foundation.
Literally, we didn't.
is
We
we,
didn't.
So you
we
can't
fall
use
back on our
that.
defense. You know what I
You
mean?
can't.
You
I
might
know,
watch the
but I'm
game,
saying
innit?
like
You
if they
might
had
watch the
what's
game.
it called?
You might see,
If
innit?
they had ripped you guys open, maybe won like 2 or 3-1, then you go, oh yeah, we didn't have our centre back missing. But they were like you could say, yeah, the defense wasn't
if you watch that
there today,
corner,
but it's like
if you watch
they
that
went out to
corner,
10 men.
yeah, but did you watch the corner? Did you see what
Yeah.
gone? Like what we was missing?
It was a flick on, bro. It's unfortunate, though, innit? You know what I mean? It just
I
goes
don't
to the
think
back
they would have been
post.
there. It wasn't because it was a front post, which means they probably would have been there because you'd have probably had Saliba and Gabriel would be central. That's the reason why they read what you guys do. Run to the front post because that's where your best defenders are not gonna be there because they're gonna be trying to mark the center of the box. So it happens sometimes. You get hit with
I
that.
feel like Tristan.
That being
Oh, go
said,
on.
the person who actually was instrumental in that corner was actually Enzo Fernandez. If you notice, there was a battle going on in central. Enzo Fernandez was actually at the far post and he stopped Mosquera from jumping up to get the ball. And he
I didn't
did
even
what
clock that.
Arsenal do. Because Arsenal usually do that. Arsenal, what they do is they impede people from actually clearing the ball. And then I think Arsenal fans are just upset because that's what they do. They did the dark arts usually. And this time Enzo Fernandez did the dark arts to them. That's what happened. If you actually look at it, Enzo Fernandez stops Mosquera from jumping up to get that.
I think you're missing what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like we're talking about a couple different
No, I'm not
things here.
saying you in general. I'm just saying, like, in general, that set piece was well worked out, and Enzo Fernandez was the
of
final
course.
piece. If Enzo Fernandez was not there to disrupt Mosquera, like that, Mosquera would have cleared it off the line. You know what I'm saying? But then it was a well worked set piece at the same time, and I feel like in this instance, I don't think Gabriel and Saliba would have made a difference because it was still a flick on anyway. You know what I mean? What was important was the far post action by Enzo Fernandez to stop Mosquera from jumping up. That's what I'm saying. Because usually Saliba and what's his name, Gabriel, they're not far post. They're usually in the center, like hitting it away. So if that flick on was one, it was going to be the same result either way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fair enough.
Man.
But you're away, man.
Hey, Tristan, before we just move on from yourself, hey, I bet you're feeling very vindicated at the moment with that Caicedo statement. I was surprised you didn't put on comments. It's just a shit. I was waiting for you to just put on the comments. Hey,
It's low hanging fruit.
Is
It's
he not
low
just a
hanging
shit
fruit.
kicker?
No, bro, it's low hanging fruit. You man have seen it. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to
See
do
what?
that, bro. Now you've seen it with your
See
bro,
what? What have we
4K.
seen?
You see what happened. You know what I mean? He's a nasty shin kicker.
Hey, I did think.
Don't do that.
Hey, it was a red, but I thought the ref bar just let it slide. Hey, VAR kind of.
This
Because I didn't think it was that high. Hey, I get it, but I didn't think it was that high. The angle they were showing it seemed high. If you look at the other angle, it was on the line.
That was
It was
against
on
you.
the line. Let the game was
that
starting.
was
We're in the
against
game.
you,
We're in the game. We're in the game.
Nah, man. Do you know what it is?
Oh yeah,
If
of
you
course.
just-
But I'm saying from a
No, but
neutral, I was like, hey,
that's
this
down
game
to him.
started off well.
That's not Taylor's fault. You know what I mean? Taylor had a woeful game, but that wasn't Taylor's fault. That was Caicedo's fault. He should have kept his head.
But Tristan too, yeah.
You don't do them
Yeah.
things like.
Yeah.
Watching you lot play, yeah, I felt like we gave you so much space. Like, obviously, the second half, you would literally have the whole of the midfield free, and then you got our back line outside the box, and you lot just couldn't do anything. Like, I feel like Odegaard had so much space on the ball. You lot should have played the passes, stuff like that, but it just wasn't really there today, bro. You know what I mean?
No, it's a bad day at the office, as I said. You know what I mean? Like, it was called. It is what it is. We bounce on, we move to Brentford, innit? And we see what goes on there. Hopefully, we get the business done, and this is all forgotten about. You know what I mean? But we have to play you in a reverse fixture, man. I look forward to that, man. You know what I mean? We'll get our lick back. Don't worry.
I actually think that on that note, I think people are being too harsh on Arsenal here. I think Chelsea were clearly out for it. It's at the bridge. You know what I mean? Everything is actually against Arsenal at this
10 men,
point, to be
though.
honest.
10 men, was it?
Yeah, exactly. This is Chelsea, 10 men, they go compact again. Like, Maresca learned from the mistake against Man U, because against Man U, he made stupid changes. This time, actually, when they went 10 men down, they actually became a bit more compact. And at the start of the second half, Chelsea actually came out of the blocks. For the first 10 minutes, Chelsea looked like scoring first before Arsenal got into the game again. So I think, like, we're tearing Arsenal too much here. I think it's a derby at the bridge. Chelsea's not gonna let them have their way. Like, they're gonna defend for their lives. Even though his head was gone. Usually he's the most composed player in the thing. His head was gone. That's why he got the red card. Because he was
He's a
flying.
walking yellow
Before
card,
that
bro.
red card, he was flying. Bro was flying.
He's always
everywhere.
flying, though. He's always flying. But
today he was flying even more. Today, no, like, he was just
everyone
going to
was
tackle.
flying,
Like,
innit? Yeah,
was
it's
like,
London derby, innit?
I'm saying, so the game was just,
Yeah.
it was a mental game at the end of the day. And I think 1-1 is a fair result. We're being too harsh on Arsenal. I think if it was any other team, any other day, Arsenal win that. But today is just,
I expect better from
it's a
Arsenal,
perfect
though,
derby.
bro. They're meant to win the title, bro. Do you understand? That's the way I look at
And
it.
what about
Like, if we
this
played Liverpool
performance?
last year, the way they were challenging for it, you know, yeah. But like you said, bad day in the office, innit?
Like, I feel like
Champions
your
don't really
perspective
have
is
bad
coming
days in
from
the
a.
office, but
I feel like,
we will wait and see till May. innit?
You say that, but
go on, sorry, my bad.
no, I was gonna say I reckon that if you would have said to Arsenal you give it 1-1 before the game, you'd take it. You can have an off day if you come away from there not losing in the derby. I get that you're down to 10 minutes. No, wait, don't
No,
click
you
your
got
head.
sense. Would you
Wait.
take it before 1-1?
Nah, man, you gotta be. As soon as it went to
like,
10
you'd be
men,
silly not
hey, I'm
to.
going. We're
You're
going
going away.
I'll be
I'm
very
going
high
on.
flying.
That's it.
You'd won what 9 and you lost like 11 or something like that. You only lost 2 games in your last X amount of games. So you guys are in form. You just beat Barca. Even if United were top, and then someone went, "I give you 1-1," I'd take it. They're still what 5 points clear at the top. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Take
I know,
it?
but mentality.
Hey, listen, but it's for me. Every time when Liverpool are going for the league and we're playing anyone, it's always I am going for the win because I know if we beat you, that kills you more than anything else. You kill off another team. If the game we start the game and it's 75 minutes, 80 minutes, and they've been battering us for the whole game, I'm like, okay, cool, fair. Hey, let me take the draw. We'll go home. And we ain't been. It's not our day. But before that game, it's win because what you do like to your competitors. Because I remember when we was playing City at their heights. Every time it was like the season comes down to us and City. It comes down to them games. All the other games are irrelevant. Basically, it's like if we can win them, we win the league. If we lose or we draw, that leaves everything up for grabs. So it's like their
That's the
mentality should
difference
be
with
to win.
manager styles, though. I agree. Klopp had that mentality. When has that ever been Arteta's priority?
Yeah,
As a
but
manager?
it should be everyone.
That's never been
Every
him.
manager, any manager and I would believe, I would direct my thing of
But
my
that's-
knowledge of football to be like, he's going into that game because you have to. It's a belief thing. You're telling your players
But
every
that's
time,
not,
belief.
that's not true. If you look at most of Italian sides as well, they don't play like that. They'll try and win the other games, but if you've got a big game away from home, you try and go. You don't lose, right? I know we're going way back when Arsenal won. I know I'm going really far back, but when Arsenal won the leagues under George Graham, they won every game 1-0. That was it. That was their thing. Get the first goal and then hold out. And Arteta's somewhat like that, isn't it? He isn't going to be someone who's going to be like, we're going to go away to Chelsea or we're going to go away to City and go for a win. Our main priority
He
is
brought
we
on
are not
players, though.
conceding, and if we get a goal, fantastic. That's exactly what happened when they went to Liverpool, except they didn't score and suppose they scored a worldie. That's the difference in mentalities. But I don't think like getting a draw is the worst result. Okay, you're down to 10 men.
I don't think that Arteta necessarily tells his team to listen, play for the draw, whatever. I think that's a result of where Arsenal's been in the last few years. Do you know what I mean? I think there's been a difference in the Arsenal that Arteta got to the Arsenal that Arteta has right now. And he's trying to instill that winning mentality, right? But Arsenal are still stuck in that gear in those particular games. Not necessarily Drew Arteta's fault, but they don't have that necessary push to actually go and win those games. Whereas in the Liverpool squad of last season, the Man City squad and whatever, they would actually have that extra incentive to go for it. I think Arsenal is still learning that. And I think that's the road to become a champion. You know what I mean? I don't think they
Yeah,
have that
that's true.
champion gene
Spot
in
on.
them at the moment. But once they do win the Premier League, for example, I think that'll, in next season, let's say they win this season,
If
right? the
they
Premier
do,
League.
yeah, not once. If
I'm just saying, let's
if
say.
they
That's what I'm
do.
saying.
No,
Let's say,
when?
assuming they
When?
win this season, right?
No, man said when.
Hang on. Before we do win the ifs, assuming they win the league this season, I think now they will know, like, after they, what you call it? They will know after they win the league what it takes to actually win those kind of games. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but look, Arsenal is Arsenal, and no, but
Keep my
with
head. Just
Arteta,
keep my
it's
head.
listen. Hey, I'll say this: the first game I see where I think he didn't really go defensive. Like, it didn't feel like he went to the just hold the game. It felt like he went with his strongest squad that he had available, and even the subs. Obviously, they were down to 10 men. He was very positive, and it's different. We'll see whether
100%.
that would have been different if they had 11. But hey, they went there. They tried to get the win. I think maybe he could have pushed even a little bit more. Like, let's go for it. Like, it's 10 men. But I'm guessing when you're that clear at the top, it's like, can we just like at that point, it's probably like, let's take the draw. But we'll never know how it's gonna shake out. Hey, maybe this is just it's a small blip, and then it go on. Maybe it's a thing that even just no one notices, and it goes on, or this could be the downfall. I don't think so.
I just want to know.
I think they're too
From-
consistent.
From this result here, are we expecting Chelsea to be in a title race? Oh, no, I'm not
Well
asking
done,
you. I'm
well
asking.
done,
I'm
well
asking
done.
the Chelsea fan. I'm asking the Chelsea fan. I'm asking.
Are you asking me?
Are you? Yeah.
Okay, so personally, I'll be totally raw with you. Yeah? We can use you as a template. Look, for Arteta's been there for 6 years, right?
Go
No,
away.
I'm gonna use you
Is
lot
this
as a
what it is?
template too, because you
No,
lot are.
bro.
No, but hear me
You
out.
was-
Let me start. Yeah, Arteta's been there for 6 years.
Yeah.
You've been third for 2 years. I mean, you've been third. I mean, you've been second for 3 years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
For you, obviously, I feel like our team, for the money we've spent, like if you look at it on paper, we should be challenging for the title for the money we've spent. But if you look at the
Terrible.
bigger picture of the youth we've invested in, I feel like we're very close. We are very close. But I don't feel like Aaron was telling me earlier, we need 3 to 4 signings. I don't think it's the case that we need signings. We just need these boys to stay fit and play. We've got the mold there. Sanchez kind of saved us today too. You say we want a keeper. He made brilliant saves today. So
Then again,
feel like
did we really test him
if we-
today? Did we really test him today?
Yeah,
you, know,
he made
you did
he
a
made-
few shots.
he
though,
made
and
two
did
really good
come
saves.
out.
He made two, especially at the end. The one off the rebound that Gyökeres almost knocked him out for. That save was a really good save as well.
But then
But I
Carried
don't
it
think
there.
as Chelsea fans you
Made
can
that-
be.
Sorry, John.
No, he had to get down for both of those. Both of them were like very similar. One in the first half and one in the last 10 minutes. They were both good saves.
I don't
Go
think
on,
as
Josh.
Chelsea fans though you can say you seriously want to challenge for a title with Sanchez in goal because
Yeah,
he's
you need-
literally
you need
like
someone
he's your
world-class
version
in
of
goal.
Onana
You need
because he
someone
will
else.
have a good game.
Nothing like
today.
Onana.
No, he
No,
is.
he's-
He
No.
actually is. Like
No, but I've
you-
seen what Onana does
he's
for you.
level for Nana, in my
But
opinion,
he's-
because there's one day he'll make a howler, like he'll make multiple howlers and you lose the game. And then a game like today, he'll keep it solid. You can't have a
Yeah,
keeper like that.
Okay, remember too, yeah. If you look at the stats, yeah, he's got same clean sheets as Raya, who's
Bro,
top
De
2.
Gea
Yeah, him
had
and Raya have got
won the Golden
same
Glove in
clean
his last
sheets this
season for United, and we kicked him out. So that
No.
means
No, but I'm just saying in this
No.
situation now,
You
he's made 7 clean sheets this season in the Premier. Like, I've seen from a fan's perspective, we hated Sanchez at the beginning. Always used to take the piss out of him in the away end, home end. But he's we're home into him a little bit because we haven't got anything. But I feel like right now, that's not our problem. I think defensively, we are very solid. We just need to just gel
but
a bit
Shrey,
more. You know what I mean?
at-
Like Sanchez, Nana,
no, sorry, go on.
you're gone.
Hello?
I was gonna say you talk about the goalkeeper and he might be doing okay, but you look at the season just before Liverpool got Alisson. That year they were very, very close. They were almost there. They'd got Salah, they'd got Van Dijk in, and then the following season they went and got Alisson, and then they won the Champions League that season.
Yeah.
So a goalkeeper makes that difference. If you look at Pep's first season, he got Bravo in, who was shit, got rid of him, and then he gets Edison in, they go and win the title. A goalkeeper makes a big difference. Massive difference.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. But remember too, someone's got to be out there. Like you, man. What keeper right now can we buy that can do something? Does anyone
You
know?
literally have the chance to get my nan for 15 million
that guy,
euros.
bro,
Yeah.
nah, that guy looks.
Have you seen
I've seen madness of him, bro.
his last 5 matches for Milan? Have you seen them?
No, but I've
This
seen
guy
him for
is
France.
Superman now.
I've seen him
you
for France, though.
me, that's not a bargain.
For
Have you
France,
seen
he's
him?
done very
even
bad,
against
bro.
Lazio.
Hey, my nanny reminds me of Mandanda. Like they ones they do say it, but then it's like when it comes to big games, yeah, I ain't trusting it.
Yeah.
I ain't
Not even
trusting
that,
it.
no. But I think against
Have-
Spain, they
Have you seen his
conceded
last
5
couple
goals,
matches? Have you
France.
seen his last 3 matches though, guys? I'm just saying. The guy has been
Italian
phenomenal.
league is something different to me too. In my
Yeah,
head.
man,
I'll be
yeah,
real
You
with
got
trust
you,
me.
spent
like,
20 million on Jorgensen as well, something stupid like that. And you got that
Aye.
you got that guy on loan at Strasbourg.
Hey, that's a
Isn't he, like,
Chelsea
ready to
model,
play
man. Hey,
ridiculously
let him be.
tall?
So there's people
Used to
out
be
there.
right.
There's people out there that are better than Robert Sanchez.
I'm not gonna lie, Jorgensen, I think he's just money laundering, bro. That, you know what I mean? what we're doing, you know what I mean? Buy young, just flog them off. Some of them work, some of them don't, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, but they're right. Hey, Chelsea long term, you can't win that. They need a keeper to come up.
You need a world class keeper.
Yeah,
I think
you need a
competition
All the
play we
great
can.
Premier League sides in one
Competition,
league
like,
have had a great keeper. No one's
can't
won
win
it.
a
with
league.
it. You
You
can't
can't
win
win a league because there'll be a time where you need him.
to be honest, we had a young Courtois when we won it. We had a very young Courtois.
But
He was sick at Atletico the season before. He
Yeah.
was sick at Atletico.
that's why you
the season
paid like
before.
ridiculous
No, but
money for him.
he was like 24, bro, 23. He was
was
young.
phenomenal.
Doesn't
He
matter,
was-
but that's
he was
what I
But he
mean.
was good.
You need a keeper that people feel, even if he's not the greatest, or he's not at his peak yet. Keeper that everyone's like, yeah, like this keeper is gonna be the one.
Yeah, that's true.
kind
That's
of.
true. That's true. That's
You
true.
ain't got
I'll give
that.
it-
It doesn't matter.
100%.
I'll give you a proper example. Look at Lamens right now. He's
I was
come
just
in,
about
he's
to say
a
that.
kid. He's a kid, bro. But he's
Look at his
changed
body.
our
He
life.
looks dead,
man.
though. He looks dead.
What do you mean he looks dead?
This guy. Hey, listen. We'll get to Man U because I said, what I said I'm going to see this is happening. They have a week to prepare for every game. Let's literally played on Thursday and they played at 12:30 on Sunday. If you guys
That's
didn't
wrong.
win, I would have been more annoyed if you didn't win. Like you had a whole,
Yeah, that's
you had
true,
from
that's true,
Monday
that's
night to prepare. All right, look, we'll get to
You
that.
forget we shit at football, so it doesn't matter how much.
Exactly. Hey. Let's move on to our next game. Hey, let's move it on. Hey, next game of the week. Hey, of the weekend, Liverpool versus West Ham. Hey, we had a stinker on the midweek, and I'm thinking we just need a win anyway. Anyhow, he's got to get a win. But got goals from Isak, Gakpo. Hey, we had a better performance. I wouldn't say we're top because West Ham are not good, but he changed up a little bit. Salah vested the whole game. For me, myself,
Hey, man.
it showed me a little. I don't know the way I'm thinking. I don't know whether I can. I think not Salah is a problem, but it's like Wirtz has to be the main focal point. Because when he was playing, he looked different today. Like when everything was running through him, and he was making a pot. He was playing. It looked a little bit different with everything running through him. Now I don't know if you could do that same with Salah, or does Salah have to change? But it feels like we need to run through things Wirtz. Like he needs to be the guy that runs everything, and everything else will come. Isak looks like if he keeps working, we'll get it. Because that finish, not many strikers can make that finish. But it was a win. We move on. We try to get the next win. Maybe we can build on this. Hopefully we don't have a thing. But I think they definitely need a clean sheet. Definitely need a win to keep it moving. Tristan, how do you see this result for Liverpool? Do you think after the kind of run of losses, was it a good bounce back, or do you think there's still many other problems to work on?
No, you don't play West Ham every week, innit? So I feel like there's definitely gonna have to wait and see if it is sustainable, But like, do you think Wirtz will be able to put in the same performance, seeing an organised team? Like, if you get what I mean, like, who's your next game? Do you think Wirtz will be able to do what he just did?
Sunderland's gonna be tough.
Sunderland is
Away or home?
completely different.
No.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
That's a completely different outfit to West Ham. You know what I mean? That's you're not gonna see the same amount of space. It's not going to be the same way, you know what I mean? It's just going to be different. But obviously, it papers over the cracks. It looks good at the moment. Obviously, Isak scoring his goal. I'd be furious if Areola was my goalkeeper. How dare you get beat at your near post with such a small window as well? That was bonkers. But obviously, you have to.
Hey, but that's a great finish
Isak
because it's
is-
so
is-
quick.
no, this
you're
is
not
true.
expecting.
No, it's the truth. But what I'm saying is, obviously,
Near
if you
post
can
is
see
near
that goal,
post,
you're
though. Near
furious.
post is near
You're
post.
furious. Yeah, like it's mental. But then obviously, yeah, man, West Ham looked like they'd thrown in the towel by the time Gakpo scored that second goal, and you lot looked nervy like that whole second half. It was, I don't know, man. I don't feel like you could take too much from this performance, if I'm being completely honest with you. Obviously, West Ham, I don't know for them guys at the moment, man. Paqueta he lost his head. Like, I don't know what was that all about. Like, they went down to a 10-man. Like, you barely come out of that game, man. But anyway, it is what it is. We have to move on. Hopefully, Sunderland give you a little bit more of an issue. But yeah, man, you got the 3 points. It is what it is. Move on, innit?
Nah, but yeah, it's something.
Tell
It's
me I'm
something we
lying.
definitely needed. I was been saying it to anyone. I was like, we just, huh?
Tell me I'm lying. I'm saying is
Like,
paper
I've
over
been
the
saying,
cracks.
I don't think it papers over the cracks. I just think we needed, because I've been saying the problem is like every time we go 1-0 down, it's like here we go again. Like, it's that thing. It just needed, because the problem is we create hella chances. That we should have probably won that game like 3-4-0. So that's never been the problem. It's just at the moment, it's the mentality, and we just needed a nice, easy win that wasn't too tough, too strenuous. You just get over line, get a clean sheet so it's not conceded. And then maybe you try come Sunderland, if you can get another win, it's just build. Because as soon as you get that mentality and momentum back, I think that they can rip it. But it's just getting that out of the thing of like, oh, we're conceding or we're chasing games or we scored again or someone else made a mistake. Like, that thing is just like, but now I think, oh, hopefully we go to Sunderland at home, maybe get another decent performance. But the performances don't really matter at the moment. It's just wins. You just need a win. It
I
could
think the
not matter
performances
whether
are
you
better
perform well
than
or not. You just need a
I'm
win
sure.
of some
You
shape.
need confidence, bro. That's it. You just need confidence.
That's it. Yeah, that's all they need.
Surely
Just
the
more
performance
confidence,
is
more
more
confidence.
important than the result, no?
But let me come to
You want to
you,
see them
Josh.
changing.
Josh, let me come to you. Do you think this performance is something that can be a concern for United in the top four? Tristan's doing this. He's reloading too again, like always. This guy still never finished one episode of that reloading. Last week, we were so happy because it was like, but there was no. It was literally everyone on for the whole time. It was easy. Hey, to even edit it was just much easier. Didn't have to think about it. But yeah, Josh. Hey, how do you think the performance for Liverpool? How do you think it looks for Liverpool, and also in terms of United? Is it now okay? Maybe you got another challenger finally coming back for that top four spot you lot are trying to get.
I think it's difficult to actually determine what's going to happen because I think bar Arsenal, every other team below them is not consistent at the moment. Look at United, for example. We had those 2 draws and we also had, what's it called? We had those 2 draws and we had that loss, which we should have won, right? If we had just converted one of those draws into wins, we'd have been in the top 4 right now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so fickle right at the top there. You never know who's going to jump in or not. I think the first team, whoever the first team is, to get consistency will get top 4. I think at the moment it's locked between Arsenal, City, Chelsea, and then every other team below them. So your Spurs, United, Liverpool, Villa, all those teams, Newcastle, they're vying for that spot because there's literally a difference of 4 points between who's in third and who's in like 8th or something like that. So it's too early to tell. I think for Liverpool, time was a perfect opponent today. This time I'm still struggling to find the identity outside, they're still trying to find the identity outside Nuno. So Nuno has just come in. They're still trying to find different formations, different players and certain things. They gave Liverpool too much space. I don't think, like, for example, against Sunderland next week, you're not going to get that much space anyway. West Ham was a perfect opponent. So to say Liverpool is back and they're another contender, a bit too early to tell. And I think you should be worried about performance. It's not just say it's about the win because where is the performance going to come against Sunderland, for example? They're playing very well. Where is the performance going to come against the next big team you're going to play? They're playing very well. So it's a systematic approach now, in my opinion.
No, but this is why I say to people have been looking at it wrong. Because we've been losing, people haven't actually looked at the performances. We ain't performed bad. We just haven't. These just individual errors kept happening, which was killing the team. Like, let's take Wednesday. Within the first 2 minutes, why is Van Dijk handballing the ball? Like, that just puts you on the back foot already. Then you have to chase the game. Okay, you do well for a period to chase the game, get back in the game. But now you've done all that chasing, your players are getting more tired because they had to put a lot more in. And now it's like the game becomes up and down. And it's like, okay, someone then has another individual mistake. It's like, so those are the key things where it's like, or even the week before when we played Forest, played great for 30 minutes, concede one easy corner, and then they lose their heads. It's like, it's the thing of right now, you just need confidence. It's just confidence because the rest will come. We've still been creating chances, creating loads of chances, but it's just not, and no one is confident. No one's confident at the back, no one's confident at the front.
Can I just say something to that? I think yes, there's the confidence dropping, yes, but at the same time, I think you have to look at Slot now. You can really look at Slot to see if it is him who's causing it. I'll give you an example. Today he had the guts to drop Salah. Regardless of whatever happened, Salah was tired, injured, or whatever, he dropped him. And then there was a much better performance today. Like you were saying yourself, if everything was going through, there was a bit more flow to it. So these are the decisions that the coach has to make improvements to the system. These are the hard questions he has to answer and the hard things he has to do to actually improve the system, which will improve the style of play. And then there's certain times where certain teams will play and say, listen, they played well, but they're just losing. For example, Wolves at the start of the season. The first 6 games, they're playing well, but then they're playing out teams and they're losing. And then just continued from that. But at the first 6 games, you could tell they're playing well. I don't see that with Liverpool. Besides today, the other day, you can't even say there's an identity, there's a structure, there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So there's no base for you guys to build on to say, okay, we're going to do this. And without that, when you now come against the big teams who know their stuff, you're going to get done again. So now I think as Liverpool fans and the board, there's an important decision to make. Do you stick with Slot? Because I personally don't see whatever. Even with United as Amorim, just an example, even though he might be failing or succeeding, whatever, he has an identity, he has a plan, he has a structure. There's things in place. It might not be going well or whatever, but there's a thing in place. Can you say the same thing for Slot?
I think that's true too, because you know what? Last season, I think he did play off Klopp's system. Obviously, he made his tweaks and stuff, but when you look, I don't know, Segs, when you look at Slot, yeah, what does he have about him? Like, what Josh is saying is right. Like, I don't think he's got a proper, like, this is Slot ball. You know what I mean? He doesn't, obviously he's made
he ain't got the players he needed for it. So you could tell straight away they went to switch. They're obviously trying to phase Salah out. That's all that.
Yeah,
And I think they kind of stuck in this in between of like, okay, Salah ain't gonna be at that no more, so you're trying to phase him out. So they went straight to getting a striker, but then they missed. I think one of the key things they missed out, or maybe they felt no, not even centre back. Yeah, that would have been a little bit because I think Konate is the best when he feels challenged.
Gehi would have been a difference.
Because he would, but I also think that would have made Konate play better when he feels challenged. When he feels like there's no challenge, I think he's one of those guys who relaxes. Like last season when all the talk was Quansah, you see him like he steps it up because he's like, nah, I'm not letting this guy take my place. But the other thing they really, because I know Liverpool will do it, is if they think there's someone that is the best in the market, they'll rather wait than just go grab anyone. As soon as we lost Trent, they needed someone so they replaced Trent partially with Wirtz, but Wirtz can't get the ball from the back, so they haven't got anyone that can do that.
Frimpong,
and in their head,
you replaced him with Frimpong.
No, but they're not the same. But someone I think they need to replace. I mean, in terms of his passing, so they didn't replace someone.
You're never finding someone who can pass like Trent from.
No, but in terms, not from right back, but they could find players that I think what they're waiting for is to try and get out of water. Like someone like that, because that's why they wanted Zubimendi. They wanted someone like that, and it's like, no, in Liverpool, it's like, we'll rather wait it out until the right person comes. They're not just going to grab any player.
Already.
But if Liverpool had an extra 400 million, they could have gone for Wharton and gone 100 million for him this season.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But there's only so much you can do.
Already,
you can't buy everything.
I actually think on that note, I don't think Slot has the personality, for lack of better term, I'm trying to keep it PG. He doesn't have that hard personality to say, listen, I want this player out, let's do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, why did Slot allow Liverpool to give Salah a new contract?
Yeah, but Slot can't change.
That's what I'm saying. If Salah is not,
that's what I mean.
You can't just come into a club and change everything.
To be fair, I feel like Salah's contract needed to be done.
The winning manager, you've just won a title. Liverpool are in debt to you. You know what I'm saying? You're in contract talks with Liverpool. Trent didn't want to sign. Fair and fine. Let Trent go. Right? You've signed Van Dijk. You want Van Dijk. Fair and fine. Salah doesn't fit your system. You know it doesn't fit your system. Why make him sign a contract?
Risk of failure. Risk of failure.
Marvin, that's even worse. Salah doesn't. No, Salah. You make a system fit Salah. Like that's what he done last season. He literally made and even said that it's like, you will not defend because I'm going to work my system and cover for you. Like he would have made, but it's just you have to fade because he's like, brother, the guy's old. At some point in the next year, if not this season, it's not going to be that. And he has been showing lately he's maybe not that no more. He might still get his old goal on that, but he ain't that. As the manager, and you have to look at the club, the hierarchy as well. The club are going to go, if we let Trent go and let Salah go, the fans will be. You think how much grace that some fans have given Diaz won? I think he came out. He wanted to keep Diaz, but this point that Rex said, but he's been trying to go for 18 months. Like we're gonna get good money for him. Guy's been trying to go for 18 months. Like there comes a point you just go, hey, I think he wanted to keep Diaz, but it's like they didn't want.
But this is where I then have a problem with Slot though, because okay, fine, Salah is big to the club or whatever, right? I don't think he's actually dropped off physically from last season to this season. I think the only difference is Slot then bought proper centre forwards. The other seasons that Liverpool has had, they've never had a proper centre forward. Even Darwin Nunez changed to like a Roberto Firmino kind of player to accommodate Salah and Diaz on the wings. So he would drop in deep to accommodate those two. Now he's signed not one, two proper centre forwards who are poachers who will want the ball and who attack that space. So there's no space for Salah to go in. So
That's true.
either he's an inept manager who can't actually realize that that's going to clash, and he just bowed down to Salah and said, listen, I'll try and make it work around you, which then is the wrong call on his part. Either way, that's still a Slot. So now he has a decision to make still, or whether he's going to keep Salah there or not. This is what I'm saying. But I don't think Slot has that personality to do it. I'll give you an example. If it was Ruben Amorim at Liverpool, I'm not saying he's a great manager, but if he was saying, listen, I want Salah.
No, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that one. Don't do that one, bro. Big man.
Listen to me. Listen to the point. Listen to the point. Let me bring
Salah
another.
ain't end your player, bro.
Let me bring another. If it was Pep, and Pep was at Liverpool, and Pep was like, listen, I know we won the league this season, and I know the fans love Salah, but I don't want him. What do you think the Liverpool board would do? They'd be like, you know what, Salah, we've had a good time.
Firstly, Pep and Slot are two different people. Slot hasn't.
But
Pep has been there for. I think they are two different people.
8 years.
Salah, you can't. Any guy coming in, firstly, is a risk of failure because if stuff do go wrong, that's going to be put on you that you got rid of Salah. But you can't just come in and say, oh, get rid of Salah. This ain't, bro. This guy he's got hierarchy. He's in the hierarchy of the club, bro. Like as in he's a big figure in the club right now. You're not just gonna get rid of him.
You can't get. There's nothing. But would no team? No, hey, man,
we will take Salah. We'll all take Salah.
Any team, guy just come off. He got 20 odd goals in the Prem. Got like 15 assists in the Prem. Won the league for you basically. No team manager. Pep ain't getting rid of no one like that unless they want to leave. Like, it's impossible. Like, no player, no team is doing that because everyone would just be like, what? You're going to get rid of that? Within hindsight, if they knew he was going to come into the season like that, yeah, you go, okay, maybe it's time to, but no, you don't know that. You can only go off what's happened. And what's happened, he deserves this thing. My thing it will be is if he is more, and I trust Liverpool's hierarchy. The man are looking away. That's why they got these players because they know, if you don't work out, we can cash in on that Saudi money. Like let's cash in quickly. They can still probably get 50 to 70 M's next season if they really wanted to get rid of him. So you kind of take it as it is, but it happens. But
I think too, Liverpool know that Saudi is there too. Like Liverpool know that if they did Salah sign a new contract recently?
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. So he'll have 1 year at the end of this season.
Yeah,
there'll be someone if he is. I don't think he'll be willing to go to Saudi. Do you understand? But that money can be recouped. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's not.
I think it's obvious he's going to Saudi. This year.
So
I think he's.
Amra would have done nothing. Let me just tell you that. Okay. Bruno will be gone. Bruno will be gone.
You can't fire Salah. Fair and play, right? Does Slot have the guts to be dropping Salah for big matches, important matches where you have to win though? Fine. You can't fire him. I hear you what you're saying.
But today did it.
This is West Ham. This is West Ham. If you play the next week, and then will he have the confidence and the guts to actually drop Salah for that next game? Considering you were saying, for example, today, central player and all that. So
we'll see. If the teams perform, I trust him. If the teams perform better, he will tell him like, well, we're gonna come off the bench, and that might lead to Salah going, I'm going because I don't want to be on the bench. And he's going to AFCON for 5 games as well. So you might as well start get this going already.
I know you're
but we'll move on to the next game. Hey man, move on to the next game. Man City versus Leeds. Hey, I won't lie to you guys. I was watching the game. It hit 2-0. I was like, yeah, this game's about to be long. So I was like, Haaland ain't even done nothing, but this game's about to be long. So I was like, I turned it off. Next thing I see, 2-2. Leeds have brought it back. I was thinking, if Leeds pull this back, we might as well give the title to Arsenal. Foden managed to break him. You had to break him out of their thing, broke him out of their rut, got the winning goal. They bounce on. Look, if I come to you, having City conceding 2 goals that late, this is just show what I've been saying, and probably some others, is like they don't have that real strength anymore. Even when Like in the old days, if City went 2-0 up, you might as well shut the game off. There's no way you're scoring any goal. But do they look like they look like they can still be had even if they go ahead nowadays?
I think they look better than they did last year. I think Rodri still hasn't come back from his injury and has got another one. They've also lost big players as well. De Bruyne has just left again, Rodri. So, and they're trying to bed in. I think they keep persisting with Nunez as well, who isn't quite, doesn't play in midfield. So they're putting him at right back. And I think in general, there's been a little bit of a drop off from people like Ruben Diaz. When he first came in, he was one of the best defenders in the world. Now he's not quite as imposing as he was. At the end of the day, they're only a couple of points behind Arsenal. They got the win in the end. So when adversity hit them, they came back. And actually, they probably should have won against Arsenal as well if we go back to that game. So City is still there and thereabouts. They'll probably spend another 100 million again in January and get someone else to help Pep again. Yeah, I mean, I think City still. I think it's funny that we're saying that City are dark horses for the league, but I think it's closer than most people think at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if there are people that said, I always said with City, like they just didn't have, for me, they just don't have that, there's not that it factor. Other than Haaland, just like, what else? Like I said, they got good players, but no one else is going to be like, yeah, I should fear him.
Doku,
Look, Tris,
that's what you need, though,
yeah,
right?
but
That's what you need.
nah, but every team has a couple. Like, you need to have not like they don't have to be Haaland level, but Doku's 1 in every 20 games. Until he shows me otherwise, he'll do 1 in 20, and his 1 in 20 was against Liverpool. After that, we'll see, like.
Yeah, but Foden's coming back into form now.
But Foden, hey, he scored.
Foden a couple of seasons ago had a fantastic season.
Hey, listen, he changed. Do you see how you know he was like, they've changed Foden's position because he's like, you can't play wide no more. One, he can't trust him to defend. Two, he's like, you need to be century. That's the only place you're getting opportunities when like you can make runs off people not catching you or people going to sleep. But they haven't got nothing. They got some good, unless Foden comes all the way back to that level, they got some good players, but no one that's like, yeah, like even if you look at, I'll use Liverpool as an example. Yes, we're not playing good, but it's like, on any day, it could be a Salah or Isak or Ekitike. Like, there's names. If you look at Arsenal, it's like, yeah, Saka's the main guy, but hey, Eze might turn up today, or you might have Gokovic that turns up today. Even Martinelli that could turn up. Like, there's multiple players where it sees like they've just got some good players, but no one that you're like, they're just like, yeah, they're nice players. Like, they're just nice, but there's nothing more about them.
Two things I'll say on that, actually. First, I actually believe Doku has actually been playing well, to be fair, in the last few weeks. But we've been criticizing City a lot for being one-dimensional, i.e. Haaland, if he doesn't score, they don't do anything. Well, the last 2 game weeks, Haaland has been blanking, and it's annoying from FPL, but they've still been getting on the score sheet. So credit to them. We called this, that we said, listen, Haaland is their only main goal scorer and whatever. And now Foden and Doku and them, they're coming into the forefront again. So maybe it took a bit of time for them to gel. Maybe this is the start of them actually distributing the goals amongst other people. So
Yes.
credit to them. And then, they've actually, they've started having other people score as well. So maybe this is the start of their turn of form as well. Who knows?
Yeah, it might be, but Shrey, what do you think? Like, should City really be getting challenged by Leeds after going 2-0 up? They should be seeing that game out, especially at home. They was at home as well.
100% 2-0, you should be seeing it out. But Premier League. You know that, the way they've been playing too recently, they haven't been washing teams away. So there's always that door open. Once you concede one, that's it. You can concede another from nowhere. You know what I mean? But to be honest with them, I had them as if Haaland keeps performing, they'll have a title challenge. But they're looking a bit inconsistent, but they're getting the result. But I think, just don't know about them right now, bro.
No, it'd be good to see because they're only 4 points behind. It's like they're only 4 points behind Arsenal, but it's not
5.
It doesn't feel like Arsenal are under pressure. No, is it? No, it's 4 because
5.
they got. I was just looking at the table. They are. It's 5. Even then, that's 2 games. Like, if Arsenal go lose the next game, which they probably won't, but if Arsenal go lose the game, hey, it makes it interesting. But I just don't think they'll be consistent enough over the season, like, because teams will feel like they can get at them. But it'll be interesting to see how they go. Like you said, Haaland has scored twice. He's due to get back on form, so maybe that kicks them going, and they look a little bit more potent, especially if some of the other players will come up. Right, we'll see how they go out in the next game. But we'll move it on to the next game. Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. 2-1. They went down a goal to a pen early in the first half, but they managed to regain control, use their physicality, got back on track. Palace started to look a little bit tired, and then Xerxes got the first goal, and then on late Mount goal, which I think was off a free kick, a pass from Bruno, and then they was able to score off it. But coming to you, Aaron, you was there live in attendance. Hey, does it look like Man U are finding that their form, or hey, he's managed to get a win and we're still got to keep working?
Yeah, the last one. I think the Everton game was a bad one. If we won that and then we win this one, you're going, okay, there's something happening now. We're just very inconsistent. We don't know what we're doing, and we don't know what you're gonna get from United. You know, I was there for the Everton game and we stunk the place out, and we could have played on for another 90 minutes. We still weren't scoring. It was so bad. And when we went one, I thought we were going to get smashed today. Palace hadn't lost in their last 12 or 13 games there, and we hadn't won this since 2020. I'm thinking we're losing by 2 or 3. But you know, today the game against Forest where we came back to 2-2, and the game against Spurs as well, we would have lost those last year, like easily. Liverpool as well. We're not winning those games last year, so we're able to show that we're able to come back, especially away from home. And it was a good win for today. We could have been 2 or 3 down by half time. But second half, I think Palace, their midweek game definitely showed they look very tired in that second half, and we took advantage of that. And actually, even in the last 10 minutes, United always concede in the last 10 minutes, but it didn't look like Palace were gonna score. They got that last minute free kick, and I'm thinking it's like that Elise one from 2 or 3 seasons ago. I wasn't looking, actually. I turned around. I was, I'm not doing that. But no, it was a good win. And I'm sure Shrey will be
That's that
watching
cold
Mason
celebration.
Mount goal on repeat.
Mason Mount, you know, and he's
Yeah,
been
he loves
a
it.
Money
top player
Mace.
for you guys. Hey, he's been a top player for them this season.
Money Mason.
Nah,
Yeah, that's what he's
Money
earning
Mace,
money.
bro. He came to a bigger club. Didn't
Man
want to
sold
be
his soul.
with you lot.
Hey, just earning
Man
money.
sold
Hey,
his
don't
soul to
play.
Manchester, bro. That's it.
boy,
Hey,
could
Josh,
be worse than me.
that's the United's 3rd straight away win. Playing these games, do you think like Bruno's leadership is becoming a big factor in these games, and like the team morale? Like, how do you think it's all working out for Man U at the moment?
Have you said Bruno's leadership?
I think that there's too much going around, and we're actually missing the main things here. The main thing we have to remember in the first thing, maybe I'm in the minority, I don't know. But the first thing I have to remember is we finished 15th, lads. Like it's not magic to go from 15th to whatever position you want to go to. It's not magic. It has to grind. Like we were crap last season, and to go from being crap to being good, there has to be some work. And work, unfortunately, is going to be inconsistent. You know what I mean? Granted, we want consistency and we need it, but it's going to be inconsistent as well. It's not going to be as good. That being said, we've got 1 loss in 7 games. 4 of them are wins. Do you know what I'm saying? It's hard to take, but that's positive. If that was last season, we would have 4 losses in 7 games instead of the 1 in the 7. So that's progress, number 1. Number 2, we're not playing too well at the moment, and part of that I'm going to blame on the players because A, the players don't need a goal for them to react. Do you know what I'm saying? I want my players to start the game strong and then finish the game strong. So that's on them as well. They shouldn't have a captain to lead them to get their minds right. From minute 0 to minute 90, have your head in the game. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm always going to have is the way Amorim is deploying Bruno, in my opinion. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. All the goals that we concede, or most of them, come from the fact that our midfield is a bit too slow. Because Casemiro is a great tactical reader of the game and he'll position himself. But then Bruno is a person who still thinks as a 10, even though in a deeper midfield role. So when someone has the ball in front of him, he's going to press him instead of actually holding back, waiting, containing, and then deciding what to do. And because of that, we leave a lot of space at behind. Casemiro gets killed, and that's how we concede most of our goals. So, I just want to see Bruno playing as one of those 2 10s, or rather, I want to see him change his formation to put 2 at the front, drop one of those people, and then put Bruno in that one. So he's still got 2 midfielders, still got a number 10 in Bruno, and 2 people who are finishing. I think if he tweaks it to that formation, we'll be better. That's my only qualm. Or, find another midfielder, play Casemiro with another midfielder, Bruno as one of the 2 10s. I think that's going to be it. But it's going to be a long season for United. We are going to have these ups and downs. I think United fans should accept that we're going to have these ups and downs. I think rival fans, even though they want to banter us, should acknowledge that we were 15th last season. We have no divine right to jump from 15th to 4th. Absolutely none. know what I'm saying? We have to grind it out, and it's going to be inconsistent. So it's a work in progress. I want Amorim to succeed, obviously, because I think he has the guts to actually make the right call. I think the one call he's dying on is that Bruno in the midfield one, and that one is potentially the one that's going to cost him his job.
Yeah, but that we talked about did Slot have enough power? But if Amorim had the power as well, why the hell would I? When you have Bruno that's already a 10, why am I buying another 2 10s? That should have. There was no reason.
No. Here's the thing: he bought 2 10s, and they've actually been great. Do you know what I'm saying? And they
I
actually
know
were
they're great,
needed.
but they didn't need both of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now that thing,
Yeah, we
the
did.
same way I was criticizing Slot for. I mean, he's done other things which I rate him for, like for example, the Rashford thing, whatever. I rate him for that highly. This is the thing he has to figure out, and of course, you need Bruno in. And to be fair, in possession, like I said, when possession we're attacking well, Bruno is part of that key link up which we have. He's got the most creative chances in the league as well in that position still, and all that. In defense, that's what we're lacking. So yes, maybe he needs to actually have that discussion with himself as well. Say, listen, Bruno in that pivot is not working. Let me see what I can do. Maybe he needs to have that, because I think that if Amorim was to lose his job tomorrow, for example, I would pin it on that personally, because he's fixed the goalkeeper temporarily for now. Let's put his patch on it. Lamens is better than what Onana was doing at Bayern. So we need more midfielders and whatever. I
Did
just
he sign
think
Onana?
no. That was
He
last
didn't.
night.
Yeah, that was Ten Hag. He was signing all the
Ten Hag,
Ajax man.
yeah,
His
yeah.
finest work,
He's
honestly.
got to start shooting.
So that's what I think. So yeah. I just think we're going to be a work in progress. It's not going to be clean every time. We can't just jump from 15th to 4th. I want people to understand that, really. It takes time.
No. There's no excuses with that, because we finished 8th and won the league. So it's
Hey.
not. You can jump anywhere. You can jump.
No. There's a difference here. Okay, there's a difference. The difference is you still had a very good team. Your players have a history of downing tools, even with a very good team. This is different. This is a
This is
United
it.
team which
This
needs to
is
be
it.
bashed from the beginning
Context
to come up
doesn't matter
again.
to
But
Chelsea
you
fans.
shouldn't. You
Come
shouldn't have been a 15th side last season. You understand? You
Say
shouldn't
again?
have been 15th. You shouldn't have been 15th last season. Your team.
And that's
So I
my
don't
point.
feel
But
like
we were.
Yeah, but there's no excuses. You can finish top 4. There's not thinking about last season. Oh, we finished this place, this and that, bro. You can come back and finish wherever you want. Do you understand?
No, hear me out. Hear me out here. Here's what actually I'll buy Amarin some time, okay? You inherited this team, all right? The squad itself is rubbish. Almost everyone is injured. You have rubbish players. But Maguire and Lindelof are your 2 centre backs, right? You're both deleting Euro now. They're gonna try, but this is their first season, all right? And whatever. You've got a shit goalkeeper, Onana, who's conceding left, right, and centre, who single-handedly cost us Europe 2 times. Not once, 2 times. You know what I'm saying? You've got a midfield which is not performing, which you need to buffer up as well. You've got lack of attacking options. Your star main player, Rashford, just decided to give up. Give up. Like literally, I remember the game against Liverpool. There was a player in front of him. A player in front of him. Let's watch the player go, and the player literally assisted. You know what I'm saying? He inherited all these problems and whatever, and now he has the responsibility of bringing United back. And unfortunately, he has had to be cutthroat. Like for example, the Rashford thing, which I'll forever rate him for. I love Rashford too, but then I think
I feel like everyone was like that with Rashford too. He didn't play
It's
always.
not everyone.
You know
No,
what I mean?
no. Here's the thing. Rashford with Ten Hag, they loved him. Ole loved him. Every other player man loved him, whatever, right? And then under Ten Hag, Rashford got this stardom because Rashford was the hill Ten Hag was willing to die on. You know what I'm saying? And then this is where Rashford then started going downhill, in my opinion, for example. So it's gonna be big. Like that Chelsea team you're talking about was still very good. You got a good coach, and you won the league because you had a good team. That's the thing. If the coach is a problem, change the coach, and the team will win the league. But if the team is bad, change the coach, the team won't change. And with United, how many coaches should we go through until we acknowledge that the team is bad? Should we fire every single coach? How many coaches will there be left until we actually decide, oh, it's the players, let's change the whole team? Even Rangnick said it himself. It's like, Man United need an open heart surgery. We need to change everyone. And that's what I think.
You can't. The
from the
problem
keeper
is
to
in this
everyone.
day and age too. It's so hard to change a whole team, bro. Do you understand?
Arsenal have
Yeah,
done
but
enough.
no. But
No, it's just it takes
it's
time.
so
It takes
hard.
time. You can't do it over a
I
season.
always
but
compare-
over a few. You can.
United, they remind me of basically in basketball. Maybe not now because they're better, but like 2-3 years ago, they remind me of the Lakers. It's like they've got all this history, and they still think they're this history. And instead of going by players that work for position, they just buy the star name just because it's like, oh, this is the next star, this is the next whatever. And they were just buying names. Like they was buying Casemiro, Cavani, Di Maria. Like you could go through, they were just buying players. It's like, but are you actually buying players that fit the coach system, fit the system or the type of culture you want to bring, or are you just buying players
that's
for
true.
the
I don't
But
feel like they
previous to
think
this is-
Ineos
this is
coming
what
in,
was
that's down to
happening.
the
sometimes,
owners
you know?
and down to them not getting the right people involved. We didn't have a director of football for how many years?
But that's the point.
So
Those
yeah, we
people-
went for Stardom, but we didn't have any. We had bankers running the place. It was only until Ineos came in where we got the right, finally, people who know football involved. So, you know, I was saying off air, barring the Ugarte signing, every single one of Ineos' signings has actually been pretty good so far.
Euro
Ugate's
was
the
This is
Euro.
exactly what I'm
Ineos
saying,
was
because-
Euro.
Yeah,
Yours
was in
Yours
this.
19
Yeah,
years
Euro
old and he's
stinks
done
as
all right.
shit, bro.
Huh?
Nah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, bro.
No,
Brother will
you're-
get
no,
he will
no,
get
no, no, no.
skinned by
You-
any winger.
Just because you guys are
any
stealing
winger
every kid
skins him.
from flipping all over Europe, yeah. Just because we got one and everyone's salty about it. If he went to Real Madrid, everyone would say he's amazing, right?
No, we're not sorry about that. I'm happy
everyone's
that you
going
got him,
crazy
bro.
over
The way
Endrick, and that Endrick wants a loan move away from Real Madrid, right? So,
as long as they're not rated.
But here's the
Euros
thing, I
had
think Six is
bad
actually right
week,
here.
but he's done pretty well since he's come in, and he's only 19.
Euros had a bad season, bro. A bad
No,
season.
he's not. You don't even
No,
watch
no,
United.
no, no,
You
no,
don't
no,
watch
no,
United.
no, last season.
You don't watch
no,
United.
no.
That's
No,
just not
bro,
true.
I've seen Euro get
That's just not true.
spun
No, no, no.
against Bournemouth,
No.
against I think it
Bournemouth,
was
you're not playing
Sunderland.
Bournemouth this season. How is he going to
Last
spun
year,
against
but
Bournemouth?
last
We're not
season,
playing
this season,
You said
same
this
thing,
season.
bro.
He's a
You said this
19-year-old player, bro.
And it was
He's a
Southampton.
19-year-old
by the way.
defender.
It was Southampton, not Bournemouth.
Wait, was he a 19-year-old £20 million player, or was he a £50 million player where you expect a certain amount of something from
Hey,
him?
but
You
this
didn't
number's
spend-
in this day and age,
in this day
in this day and age, you
everyone's
spend a
worth-
lot of money just on talent. There's
You
so
don't
much
like it, you
money
don't
that
like
gets
the
spent on
numbers.
talent and not enough on what's actually proven.
You don't have numbers. Of course, you don't like the numbers, bro.
No, Shake don't
Fucking-
like the
we're not going
numbers.
to talk
Hey, hang
about
on,
his
hang on.
numbers, bro.
What
We're not
I'll
going
say
to
is
talk about
this.
his
Hang on.
numbers.
Hey, the market. I didn't create the market. The market is what it is. Blame Neymar for that.
No.
No,
Blame
blame
him for that.
Abramovich.
I'll say is this,
Unfortunate,
actually.
it's unfortunate.
What I'll say is this, actually, Segs was right. Segs was right, because here's the thing. I think in the past, until maybe a season ago, United didn't have structure going into this transfer window. So we'd always go for the name, would always give them ridiculous contracts. They didn't have to work or whatever, right? So obviously, in players and coaches trying to rebuild and all that, we signed the wrong profile players. Not necessarily in terms of position, but in terms of what they want and who they were. Now we've seen a revamp, and now we can actually start rebuilding. I'll give you an example. They didn't get to where they were overnight, okay? They didn't finish bad the other season and then it's taken the next challenge. Now, it's been 6 years of building
6 years, bro.
consistently, getting the
6
right
years.
players. And that's what I'm saying. 6 years, but look at them now. I'm not saying it should take 6
Bro,
years,
they
but look
haven't
at them
won
now.
anything
They were
now, bro.
systematic.
So I'm not looking at anything right now, bro.
Position to win something now.
I get it, boy. I get
Who's
both
the
of your
favourite?
boys.
No, but here's the thing. But who's the favorite to win the league now?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's
Arsenal.
true.
Just
Yeah, I'll give
exactly
you
my
that one.
point.
They could be
that's what I'm saying.
favourites
To get them
for
to where they
however
were,
long, though.
I understand, but to get them to where they were,
Sorry,
it took
your
time to build.
tactics are
I'm not
shameless.
saying we should give Amarim too much time. Get me wrong. But I'm saying if
Unimpressed.
Amarim wants a certain kind of player, then it's up to the recruitment to bring certain good players. For example, Mbeumo, good recruitment, good player. Fits into the Amarim squad perfectly. Cunha, same thing. De Ligt, playing well. Lammers, doing well. Do you know what I'm saying? So now that we've got players, people who can actually play in those proper positions, or people who can actually sign the proper profile players we need. Give Amarim maybe 1 more or 2 more transfer windows to actually try to build the team he wants. And if it doesn't work out, fair fight. But
He
you know
needs
what I
to be
mean?
back
But
in
you
January.
can't get
We
nowhere.
need, we need
by
another midfielder.
Exactly. But you can't just go by saying, okay, fire him and get the next guy in without giving him time to actually implement the
I
type
agree.
of players he
I
wants,
agree.
type of team he wants.
Yeah.
Hey, he's
without
got the
everything
whole
What happened to
time.
Kobe?
He's got from Monday to Saturday.
What happened to
Aye.
Mainu? Well, what happened to him? What's it called? If he was
He
playing at
didn't rate
Palace,
it. Here's the
Mainly-
thing.
no,
Like I said, I'm not
but
saying
you
They
know,
he
ruined his
Sunday.
career, bro. I'll
No,
say
no.
that. They ruined his career.
what's going
What do
on?
you mean?
I'm not gonna say
you
Amarim
don't
is correct in everything,
Trey,
because
I
I
don't
believe
think you're going
Mainu
to
should
talk about
play.
ruining
Free
people's
Mainu, free Mainu.
careers, okay?
Sorry?
But clearly he doesn't rate him.
No,
He doesn't
with
rate Mainu.
Free
Mainu,
Mainu, though.
Mainu hasn't
Free
fit.
him, free
One
him.
at a time,
Mainu
one at a
hasn't.
time.
He cannot play. He cannot play in that holding role. He tried it. And everyone goes on about last season when Amarim first came in. He did start with Mainu, and it did not work. Then Mainu got injured, and he was trying to find his way back in the side. It's just not worked as him.
He's not a 6. He's a ball.
He's
He can't
exactly.
play
He's
five
not
or
a
three.
6.
He's a ball.
What will happen?
Actually, no.
Genuinely, this is the plan. This is what I think what's going to happen in the next couple of seasons. I think this is Bruno Fernandes' last season at United. So he's going to go. You get someone else in as the 6, whether that be Wharton, Balibo, whoever, and then you stick Mainu in
Definitely
there.
not try to get watered.
That will be
go
what.
bad.
No, you don't
That's
need
how.
Bolton.
That's how it will
Actually,
happen.
Remember, you're 15th
slightly
United,
disagree
bro.
with
Yeah,
that.
you can't just come and pick and choose who you want to. Remember that, yeah.
Nah.
But
But
here's
we
the thing.
can. We can. We're Man United. It's still
Hey,
working.
Hey,
That
hey,
piece is
hey,
still-
what's-
we still
Brother's gonna
got
be
that. It's
coming
Man
out.
United.
Man said you're United, yeah.
It is. It still
Here's
works.
what's happening with
No,
Manu.
but it
Actually,
does.
here's what's happening with
Does
Manu.
bonkers
When
how
Amram
it
came
does
in
still
last
work.
season, he tried to play Manu as one of those 2 number 10s, right? Whatever. Obviously, Manu's not going to play as one of those 2 number 10s because it's not going to work and whatever. Thing is, Manu can actually play that deeper role. I remember in preseason he was doing it alongside the guy. He was playing well. The only problem is this: we've got 1 game per week, as you guys have said. Sometimes 2 if the FA Cup or whatever happens, right? But most of the time it's 1 game per week. Right? Who are you going to play in the 2? It's going to be Casemiro and Bruno all the time. Manu doesn't have minutes. If we were playing Europa League or whatever, Manu could play, but he doesn't have the
That's
minutes at
true.
the moment
That's true.
or whatever. But Manu actually can play in that deeper role. So I'm not saying I agree with everything Amram has done, because I actually think Manu should be playing. I think Manu should be playing alongside Casemiro. He should, in my opinion. So I'm not agreeing with everything Amram is doing. That's why I'm saying Bruno is a hill Amram wants to die on. And fair play to him. If he gets fired, I'll be like, listen, that's the one thing you should have changed. So I'm not saying he's correct with the Manu thing, but Manu can definitely play there, in my opinion. So it's just
This is
Amram
it. I
saying,
don't
listen, I've
feel.
got
I
1
don't
game
feel
a
like
week, Casemiro,
Amarin
Bruno,
is your
play.
man. I don't feel like Amarin is your man. Like Man United are far
Same.
too big of a team to be playing 5 at the back. You know what I mean? Inviting pressure. You know, you should be taking games to teams. You know what I mean?
No, 5 at the back
And
ain't a
actually
problem, bro. 5 at the
addressing.
back.
No, it
It's
is.
not the
It is.
formation. It's
It
not the
is. It
formation.
is.
It's not.
What is it then? What is it then?
Chelsea won a league with that formation. They played Victor
And then
Moses
that-
as
Chelsea
left
had the
wing back.
Chelsea
It's not
had
the
the players
formation.
to fit that formation. Man United do not. You know what I mean? Like
They played Victor Moses as left wing back. That's not fit. That's
Perfect.
someone
No,
who they
Tristan said
he
the
wasn't
perfect
a
thing.
left back.
Tristan said
They
the
just
perfect
put
thing.
him in that position.
Victor Moses performed.
He
That was
did
But hang on,
perform,
Victor
but
Moses.
they
Tristan,
didn't
you
have
said
the
it.
position. They didn't have the players for that position. Sorry.
But hang on, no, hang on. Tristan, you said the correct thing. You literally said Chelsea had the players to do it, right? So give Amorim the players to do it. And if you give him the players and doesn't do it, then he's a crap manager. You've just said it yourself. You can't contradict
No,
yourself
give
there.
him-
you have
Chelsea
to
had the
invest-
people to do
You
it.
got to give people
You
time.
gotta give him the
invest
players.
had-
too much money.
has he
You have
had
to
2
invest
transfer
too much
windows?
money and you'll get worse.
He's had 1.
January and then summer. The
But
last
he's been
January
here
one.
since. Yeah,
No,
two
man.
transfer windows. I just feel like he's been for a club like you, like Tristan saying, he's for his record is just being meaty. Personally, like I feel like he should have come in. He was losing. He started off on a low. He hasn't really brought himself out of that. Obviously, look, the league table now, you're close to the top 4. Don't mean shit.
Yeah,
We're
we're 3
11
points
games
off
in.
you, yeah?
Everyone's close to everyone. You know what I mean? Even, yeah, 100%. Like anyone can drop out and come back in. It doesn't mean a lot, I don't think. But with you lot, I think from your point of view, you lot should want better. You're United, and
Fellas,
he's just come on.
it's
you lot-
unfortunate.
You've been
It's
through the
unfortunate.
shit, you know what I mean?
Arsenal are the best model that you can look at. Do you not remember that run that Arteta went through, where it was just loss? It was this really awful run they went through. I know. Look, when people were going to me before
I remember that, yeah, but
I think either after Bilbao or just after the Brentford game this season, you know, people would ask like, am I in or out? I don't care, because I can understand people saying, look, this record is awful. That's fair enough. But we've been in this cycle now for so long. We've tried almost every method under the sun to get the right guy in since Ferguson left. It doesn't matter who we bring in. It doesn't matter what players we bring in, because there's not been a clear
I don't
kind of
think so.
guide.
Though you haven't brought in a world-class manager, have you?
We brought in before Mourinho came in. Before Mourinho came in,
But Mourinho was like,
we could be here all day talking about Man U's faults. We don't want to be here all
We
day.
can't say that.
Let's say
Because,
that.
like,
We
okay,
wanna-
It's nearly 10 o'clock.
LVG, world class manager, finished 3rd in the World Cup, and then done and all
Next
that.
segment.
I don't want to open up this rabbit hole.
Next
Of Man
segment.
U managers will be here for days, because
Next segment.
there'll
Next
be some
segment.
stinky ones and some ones that I've seen. Hey, let's leave it.
Stinky ones,
I said LVG was a world class manager, but let's
He
leave
was.
it there.
he was though. He was.
Let's leave it there. Hey, we're gonna move.
Tristan is
on.
moved from you now.
Stinks.
You're not the deleted one
Stinks.
anymore.
That stinks.
We're
No.
gonna move on to the quick fire round. Hey, boys, I just want. Yeah, that does stink. Well, hey, I just want your quick thoughts on these next games, and then we can move it on, because we've been there for a while. Hey, we ran some, yeah. But
So
yeah,
happens you get two
let me
Man
come
United
to
dons
you,
in here,
Trey.
man.
Hey, just a quick little, give us a little quick on your thoughts on Spurs, Fulham. Spurs lost 1-2 to Fulham. Quick thoughts on the game and what you feel about Spurs right now.
Bro, it don't add up. Like, they're just looking like a inconsistent team. I feel like he's lost the dressing room. We haven't seen it, yeah, but obviously I think there was videos after the game yesterday, players walking down the tunnel. I think one of the Spurs players, I think it was Porro, he was telling one of the Spurs players to come over, clap the fans. He started shouting, Porro, oh, there was two players in it, but he just walked off, took his shirt, walked off the pitch. So I feel like they are disjointed there, and soon, I don't know if Frank's gonna keep his spot, man, because I feel like these men have lost their head. Like, they're not really buying into what he's doing, personally.
Why are they so
And then
bad? I don't get
I
it.
think they've
I actually don't get
recruited
it.
well too.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Like, I think, yeah, we'll see if we can make it to Christmas. Maybe can turn it around a little bit. But Spurs, yeah, it's not looking good for them at the moment. Let me come to you, Aaron. Newcastle, Everton. Like, just your quick idea on what do you think? Newcastle finally got their mojo back, or do you think they done well against City last week, but just found a poor Everton to play yesterday?
No, I don't think it was a poor Everton. You know, they're on the confidence of beating United with 10 men, so they're going to be full of confidence. They're back at home. Newcastle, that was their first win away from home this season. I think it was, they played well. They got a good result, and they're getting their confidence back slowly. Altamada, of all the strikers that have come in, has been the best one that's been signed by all the clubs.
Yeah,
In
nah.
fairness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Newcastle looking like they're getting back to their best as well.
Yeah, it'll be good to see how they go in these next couple of weeks, especially them probably trying to push to get that Champions League like next round stage. I'm gonna come to you, Josh. Brentford versus Burnley. Hey, at the start of the season, everyone had Brentford down in the dumps, but their manager's looking like he's turned things around. He's got them grooving. What's your quick thoughts on them and the Burnley?
Yeah, I actually did see the bits of that game as well, and honestly, I still have to rate Shaka as well. Honestly, he did the assists. I forgot who it was. Traore?
No, Brentford. He did, man. Yeah, probably
Oh, craps.
Brentford.
My bad.
No,
apologies.
Sunderland.
I'm thinking Sunderland. Yes, Brentford. I was talking about Igor Thiago and whatever. That was a
Yeah.
comeback, first of all. What a
Yeah.
comeback that was. And they've got the players to do as well. Igor Thiago doing the things and whatever. And I think for them, I think it's just a fairy tale. I think it's just, you can't put any pressure on them. You just have to see week in, week out what they're going to do it well. Igor Thiago, what a fantastic signing he's been. Yeah, Burnley, I think it's going to be a fight. I think they might just stay safe. Just barely. I think they just came up against, unfortunately, a very good Brentford team. So it'll be interesting to see where Brentford caps in terms of like if this is going to be their good performances for the rest of the season, or if they're going to plateau as soon as they're safe and then they'll just start performing a bit low again. So I just want to see how far they can go. Like, no pressure. I'm just enjoying watching Brentford with no strings attached, to be fair.
Hey, moving on to probably the wildest game of the weekend. Sunderland 3, Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth came out, they got the lead in the I think early second half. Sunderland started to come back, but Sunderland keep it going. They keep it moving. Tris, what's your thoughts on like Sunderland this season? Do you think they can keep this going, or do you think that AFCON is coming real close and it's about to plummet after as soon as that comes?
Do you know what, man? It wasn't good. I think their points total to stay up was like 40 points or something mad like that. But surprisingly, I think they'll hit it this season. Obviously, they're on a good run of form right now. If they just do what they need to do, ride AFCON, I think they'll be nice, man. They've done well this season, man. They've made some good signings, and obviously the results are following suit, man. Big up Shaka.
Yeah, big up Shaka. They keep going. It's the way Sunderland been playing. It's really impressive that they seem they've done the things the right way. Moving on to Forest versus Brighton. This game, Brighton, just I don't know with them. I can't even tell you where they are in the league, but they're just always doing something. And then they won't do nothing. They're currently 5th in the league, and probably no one said a word about them. Like, they just, whatever they got down there in Brighton, they just keep it going. I know they even got a couple injuries, but Danny Roberts been filling in. Minter's starting to show his promises. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Brighton just know what to do. Like, but they got a nice, good win away from home, so they keep it moving. I'm gonna come to you last for the last game, Aaron. Villa, Wolves. Whenever anyone's playing Wolves, it just looks like it's a win. They got a new manager. There's been no new manager bounce. Villa managed to grind it out. Do you think Wolves are just set for relegation this season? They can't. There's nothing to change that.
I didn't realize how bad they were. I saw the table earlier, and they've only got 2 points. But no matter, they'll probably be on 5 in 2 weeks when they beat United at home. So that's that'll give them their first win. But yeah, I think them selling their best players consistently over the last couple of seasons has come back, and the players they've brought in haven't exactly been to that same level. Villa now, having started the season so poorly, up to 4th now. So I think that the bottom 3 that are currently there are the 3 that will go down.
Is West Ham in
Hey,
there?
so yeah, hey, you put your hand down already. You must have the cup bottom 3. Nah, they're scraping. Well, they're drawing on
Wolves,
11
Burnley,
points. Leeds.
Wolves, Burnley, and Leeds. I think
Wolves,
that's the
Burnley.
3.
I don't know about.
West Ham won't be that bad
Yeah,
where they
probably
go
Leeds
down.
too. But then I feel
It
like
will be Leeds.
Hey, West Ham lose
I bloody hope
Paquetá in January. They're finished. If he goes, I'm going there. If he goes abroad, like Spanish club or maybe Germany, they're finished.
who's at West Ham? Nuno. I trust Nuno though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he ain't got no pace. He needs pace at the moment. Like Bowen ain't got that pace no more. He's got like the way he plays his counter attack, and he got no pace to counter attack with.
I think
Doubt they'll bring
they
anyone
need
in
more
January.
midfield than pace, to be fair, because their midfield is so exposed. Because like even against Liverpool, like which to be fair, you guys have not been great, but they gave you space. Any other team in the league is not giving Liverpool that space, but they don't have the legs in midfield. That's a problem. Like literally Suchek, they play him because
Yeah,
he
they've been
makes those
living
late
off
runs and
Suchek
scores.
for time.
Nah, but he ain't been playing. They've been
Like,
playing that
that's
Freddie
the thing.
Potts. They've been
So
playing that Potts
but
guy.
I think they just need
He looks like a
I
decent
think they
player
just need
still.
more legs in midfield before you give them before you give them that speed up front. They need their midfield just to stabilize them a little bit, in my opinion. Because for example, Paqueta, he does not do any defensive work. Like literally, he's like an Ozil player. Like very little defensive work. Attacking wise, brilliant. And that's why those midfield players always get tired for West Ham. So they need midfielders, and then I think they're going to kick on.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but that does it for all the lot this week's game week. Like the table's looking tight. Hey, we're back. We're gonna be going into December. We'll talk a little bit about some of the games coming up in a sec. But as we go into December, as the games come like fast, like some of these games are coming fast. There's a lot of games in December. Arsenal still sitting top 5 points clear of Man City. Chelsea's right behind them. Interesting fact that I'll looking at the league table. So Fulham they're in 15th. I've got 17 points. All the way up to 4th are only, if I do my maths quickly, 3 and a 4, 7 points behind Chelsea, all the way in 3rd. That is how close the league is. So all the way from that far, everyone is literally bunched up, except from Arsenal, who's got a little lead. So in the next couple of weeks, this whole league table could look completely different in terms of where teams are. But coming up, there's the next 2 weeks. There's game week and a midweek. We've got games all midweek. I think that's the prime games. And then games will be back next Saturday. We're not sure. We may do a midweek episode, but we may not and just come hit us back next week. But we'll look at some of the midweek games and some of the key weekend games. Looking at the midweek games, and not too many like tough games. There's 1 or 2 that are a little bit tricky. Liverpool's got Sunderland. I think that's going to be a very tough game with the way Sunderland are playing. Anfield and the crowd can help us go through. Like we said, we just need to win. We just need to get through it and get that momentum going. And hopefully we can do that, going against Sunderland. Hopefully they're a little bit tired as well from playing today and then playing again. So that's going to be an interesting game. But I think Liverpool, I think we could come out with a win there. Let me come to you for that, Aaron. How do you think Newcastle Spurs is going to go ahead in the next game in the midweek?
I think it's going to be a cakewalk for Newcastle. I think 3-4-0 on Newcastle as well. I'm going Newcastle back in form. Spurs on. It's at St James's Park under the lights. I think it'll be an easy win for Newcastle. And,
I think
it might be the final name in the coffin for Thomas Frank.
Yeah, I think if it's a heavy defeat and they don't look good, I think, that might be, like, if it's a proper heavy defeat. But I could see them, but I feel like they do well away from home because of the way he sets up sometimes. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. But we'll come to you, Trey. Moving on to game week 15, so next weekend, Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Hey, how do you see that playing out? Because Bournemouth, they're up at the moment. They're up and down. Some weeks they're really good. Some weeks they're not. How do you think it's gonna fare for Chelsea next week?
Yeah, we're playing away, so I feel like it's never easy there. But I think just Chelsea should obviously go there and win. But I feel like with Bournemouth too, they concede a lot though. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're there for the taking. We need to get early goals and you know what I mean? That's
Sure.
it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's riding his high, man. He's like, yeah, hey, but
Are
with
you
Chelsea,
sure?
hey, it's just Chelsea now. I don't know if it's true.
I'm watching.
Hey, but Triz, let me come to you. Hey,
You know what
this
I
is
mean?
Yeah, watching.
probably going to be a huge test for the way Villa have been playing. Probably going to be a huge test. You've got a 12:30 kickoff next Saturday after you play Wednesday against Villa at Villa Park. How do you think that's going to be for Arsenal?
To be honest, man, we have to wait and see. We have to see the version of Villa that we have to play. But obviously, I expect to win, man. I'll be honest. So this is what it is at this moment in time. We need to keep collecting these 3 points, stay consistent, and obviously, hopefully, we have a bit more of our squad back. That'll be lovely. But yeah, man, I expect 3 points.
Hey, you had
Hey,
1
what do you
point today,
mean?
yeah? Keep
Hey,
collecting more 3
listen.
points.
Hey, they got a lot. What do you mean? I say Goku has come off the bench. Noni's back.
This is it.
Odegaard's
This is
back.
it.
Let's complain about
Business as
injuries.
usual.
Injuries.
Business as usual.
Hey, man, you man said he. Hey,
Any
You
excuse
signed
for
What excuse did I
literally
make?
no
the
reason.
What excuse did I make?
hey.
Oh man, don't do that.
Well,
You guys trying to fish? I'm not.
nah, I mean,
Don't
hey,
do that.
the league. Hey, realistically, hey, I know it ain't gonna happen. The league could look completely different by next weekend.
Most
Hey,
definitely.
all it takes is a loss and a draw.
Most
The league.
definitely.
So,
Would you?
mate,
you see
December's
that
gonna
happening?
be interesting. That's all I know.
I see it happening. I see it happening. I'm not even trying to bait you, bro. We know Arsenal's DNA, bro. We know what
Listen,
Arsenal are about. We
What's
already know,
Chelsea's
bro.
DNA?
Even
What are you lot
Tristan
doing?
truly knows
What are
what
you lot
Arsenal are
doing?
about.
What are you lot doing?
Do you know what our DNA is?
Come
Club World
challenge
Cup
us, man.
champions. That's our
Come
DNA.
challenge us. Come,
Yeah?
come.
Do you
Come.
know what our
We'll be a title
DNA
race
is?
this year, yeah?
That's our
Come.
DNA right there. That's the
This
DNA.
guy.
Yeah?
This guy.
That's our
man.
DNA.
Hey,
Yeah?
Listen.
Yeah?
Everything
Talk to
you
me about
had
DNA,
was
bro.
bought by
Yeah?
Abramovich. Abramovich is gone. Chelsea are finished. You understand? You lot are an asset. I
And
will
Bowley
run
bought
this
the
to...
Club World Cup too, bro.
Bro,
Do you
you're an
understand?
asset. You're an asset. Allow it, man. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it.
Let
This
us
is all
be an
you are,
asset, bro.
That's it. That's
Nah,
what's it called? Just get used to this, bro.
Hey, man, hey, listen. Hey, hey,
All these
Triz,
teams
I'll
don't
take the
win.
high ground, man. You man are sitting pretty. Don't let Chelsea man
I
get you
can't.
to
I
you.
can't help it. I can't
Don't let
help
these
it.
man
I
get to
hate
you. You gotta
Chelsea
sit
too
there.
much, bro. They get on
Hey,
my
can't let.
nerves. They get
Hey,
on my
man.
nerves, man. This smugness, bro. The shamelessness.
Hey, but hey, thank you guys. Hey, that wraps it up for another episode. Look, hey, Arsenal, Chelsea. We thought it was going to be a good game. Hey, the game was looking good, but red card kind of messed it up. But Chelsea was still able to bag their draw. Arsenal, they dropped some points. Some of their fans not too happy, but they should be. They're still 5 points clear at the top. It was a good game. I think they all take the points that were given. Liverpool, hey, we got back on the track. We kept it moving. That's all I can ask for. We'll see about Wednesday. See how that comes about. United, they're getting there. They're getting there. Hopefully this well, not hopefully actually. Yeah, that's my tongue. Hopefully they go back down. I know they need to go back to suffering, not anything. We'll see how they get on in the next game. City, after looking comfortable, went shaky, but managed to get it back. But look, the Premier League's just started to heat up. Like I said, from 17th to 4th, it's only a 7-point gap between that. So anything is still possible. Sorry, not 17th, 15th, but anything is still possible. We can come back next weekend and this Premier League is looking completely different. But thank you, Aaron, for joining us for the first time. Appreciate you coming on. He's going to be joining us from now on a couple on episodes. Shrey, as always, good to have you on. I know you're hyped after that game.
My game.
Hey, that going to sleep is gonna be tough. Trist, as always, appreciate you being on. Josh, hey, even join us from the car. It's possible anywhere. We make it work. We make it work anyways. Hey, appreciate you all. Hey, thank you for joining us for another episode. Please like, share, subscribe, comment anywhere you can find us. Please make sure you're commenting and you're liking. Hey, and as always, it's not over until you hear the last call from us.